Hi there, it's Roy Breton here from Garden Equipment Review. I've just written a blog post about what type of lawnmower do I buy. Over the years I've seen many people looking or using the wrong machine, and many of us fancy the idea of a ride-on mower because it seems so practical, but I've written a list down here of various types of mowers and hopefully give you a better idea of what works for you. So we've got rear roller rotary mowers. These mowers are powered, they've got a rear roller at the back here, they have a collection box, and they can leave a really nice striped finish. These are probably one of the most practical types of mowers, although they won't cut long grass. You need to do your grass regularly, which I'd recommend anyway. If the grass gets too long, it will just clog your box. So you need to mow regularly with these. But these are great mowers for leaving a traditional English striped finish. Just make sure, one thing is to make sure and keep your box clear. I use an air line or a power washer. If your box is clogged, then the air won't flow through properly, and you will have collection problems. If you keep it clear, it will. The air will flow through and you shouldn't have too much of a problem collecting your grass. So the next ones are self-propelled rotary lawn mowers. These are normally four-wheeled mowers with a collection box. These are good for collecting because there's no roller in the way, so the grass just goes straight into the box, and you can cut longer grass with these this type of mower than you can that roller rotaries, as you haven't got the roller as an obstacle. Some of these mowers have a height adjustment on all the four wheels. It's not really necessary, although it is sometimes useful to be able to jack up the back wheels if your grass is a little bit long. But I always like to keep things simple. These machines can be driven or push machines. Ideally, if you can get a machine that drives, always a bit easier to use. But I appreciate our budget doesn't always allow for these luxuries. So the next type is mulching mowers. Mulching mowers come in walk behind and ride on types. Basically these just chop the grass up into fine pieces, which is great because you don't need a collection box. But one thing you do need to do is to cut your grass regularly for them to work effectively. They also work more effectively when the grass is drier, so I know it's not always possible, but one of my favourites is like the Husqvarna and Stiga rider mowers. Very manoeuvrable mowers, no box, you just jump on the mower and cut your grass, no grass to collect. You can get a bit more moss build up, but once again I would treat your lawn regularly, which you should be doing anyway, and that gets over the problem. So that's a good choice. I've also put here that it's, in an ideal world, it's great to have a mower that you can collect with as well, but I appreciate that's not always possible. Zero-turn mowers. I've owned a few zero-turn mowers, sit-on-ones and walk-behinds. Great machines, very manoeuvrable. They basically have an oil-driven hydrostatic motor on the two back wheels here, and caster wheels on the front, and you just steer you've got instant forward and reverse on the lever on these two back wheels, and makes them extremely manoeuvrable and extremely easy to walk behind. If you're walking behind, if you've got a ride on, that doesn't apply, but really manoeuvrable, literally turn around in really tight spaces. So great option. These are available with mulching decks as well, which makes them even better. There aren't many zero turns with a collection system. Unfortunately, probably too cumbersome, to be fair. Then we come to cylinder mowers. These are if you want to have the perfect lawn and you've got a good lawn, these mowers are brilliant. But can I just remind you that you do need to have a decent lawn. A cylinder here, the blade, is a very precise cutting action. If you're going to hit twigs, stones, or your grass is rough, then a cylinder mower is not for you. Just go for the roller rotary with a roller. If you are keen and have got a great flat lawn, then go for a decent cylinder mower. I know people who have got cylinder mowers like this that are 50 years old because I've looked after them. So if you buy a good one, they will last. So and come to ride-on rotaries. Ride-on mowers are great fun. Just remember that there are some cheap models on the market, and I wouldn't recommend buying a cheap model, but buy something that's decent, that's going to last, and have a demonstration if you can, and to try or find out as much as you can. There's all different types. Make sure you get one with hydrostatic drive. This is like a variable speed box, or an oil driven box, so there's no gears, instant forward and reverse, far quicker to use than the old fashioned gearbox, and very efficient. Just remember with your ride-on mower, you're not going to get into small places. If you've got lots of things to go round, sometimes you're better off with a decent walk behind mower, as with the walk behind you can get exactly where you want to go. So moving on to gang mowers. These are more for very large gardens, golf courses, village greens, etc. Sometimes you can find them second hand on eBay if you've got a large area to cut. They're also available with rotary heads as well as cylinder heads, as the picture shows a rotary one. But if I was going for one, I'd probably go for a rotary mower. Robotic mowers. Reasonably new out, probably been out the last 10 or 15 years. If you don't like cutting grass, this could be for you. I've tried them, they do work. I find it amazing that you can set them for a time, they come out and cut your grass whenever you instruct them to, and they mulch, so there's no grass clippings, so you can literally set them to come out for 2 or 3 times a week in the growing season, and just keep your lawn looking nice and neat. Unfortunately, they don't stripe the lawn yet. Maybe that technology will come, but we're not there yet. But they certainly will keep your lawn nicely clipped. They do work. I've tried them, I've proved it, and once again, if you don't like cutting your lawn, it may be worth investing in something like a robo-mow. So, and then we come to rough cutting mowers. There's these nylon string types which are great. No blade to damage or bend. You can also get push ones or ones that drive. I would, if you can, go for one that drives. If not, a push one is okay. And then we've got scythe mowers, old-fashioned scythe mowers, which are good for long grass, almost like they used to cut hay with. And rough cutting rotaries, heavy-duty rotaries, are also good for rough areas. So quite a wide choice there. Once again, when you're buying a machine, I'd also make sure you can afford the best machine you can. If you buy a decent machine, it will give you many years of service, providing you have it serviced, keep the oil clean. And have a look through our website. Feel free to comment below. And we've got lots of machines in our shop. Take a look, and if you've got a question, please feel free to ask. Thanks for watching.